Hello again, everyone. Um, Never really know how to start these videos. Welcome back to another episode of the beta Minecraft world. Uh, it's been a little while, I think it's just about a month since I've last talked to you all. And, yes, life does get busy around the holidays, especially this time of year with Thanksgiving, yes. Thanksgiving. Uh, and of course, we have the Christmas season or holiday season, uh, however you want to say. But yes, and let's get ourselves back into the swing of things here. Um, First thing I wanted to do was kind of just take all this wheat and I've kind of figured the idea of having the pathways almost a little pointless, because by the time I'm going to harvest anyways, hopefully I have all of the wheat grown anyways, so it doesn't really matter if I have to re-till the ground. And quite frankly, it's just more of a hassle to have to navigate a maze when I'm trying to play the or plant and harvest the crops. So I figured this would be an acceptable solution. There we are. So I'll just plant all the seeds, and it won't be until everything is done that I finally harvest. Not that I'm doing bad on food either, I'm certainly having no trouble in that department. With 35 wheat in reserve, I guess I'll just fill up my food stock. But there's two things I'm thinking about getting done in today's episode. I think this is just going to be a one-parter. I am recording it the day of my typical Friday upload date. So, oh, I have a second bed. Almost forgot about that. Well, I did forget about it until I saw it, but I don't think I'm going to do two parts in one day, but I would like to... The snowy tundra I found over in that direction was okay, but it wasn't particularly large, and for that reason, I'm not sure that that's the one I want to go to. So, I figure I'd like to find one that is a little larger, covers a greater area, because I want, when you're in the snowy tundra, I want you to feel like you're in it, you know? There's something very desolate and cold about the snow with a lack of greenery that I really think is quite nice. Almost relaxing. Although I wouldn't put desolate and relaxing in the same sort of same sort of category. But yeah. So I want to do that. I want to find a bigger snowy tundra so that when you're in it, when I inevitably build in it, it really feels like you're in it. So that's the big thing I want to do. the second thing I want to do is I want to come up with a design for the rail system, because the rail system's going to kind of be... I know I want one. I know it's in the agenda, I suppose, for this world. But we'll get on our way. While we're at it, I'm gonna just kind of go in this direction and hope for the best. So I'll talk while we're enjoying the travel. But I know that I want to have a rail system, but I also know that I don't. Putting it underground is appropriate in some places, but also not elsewhere. So I wanted to come up with a design for the above ground portions of the above ground portions of the railway. And I think I'm going to take a page out of the ancient Greeks, the Greeks and Romans aquifers. They're really quite nice. I always thought they looked quite cool. So whereas they have water running through them, hence the aquifer, I'm gonna have rails running through them. So I think that will be quite nice. But I've got to come up with a sort of design that works. I do really quite enjoy the limited block palette of beta Minecraft, because I think it really it challenges you to come up with something more. It challenges you to find alternative ways where nowadays we have so many blocks and so many variations and all that sort of thing that it's really not terribly challenging to find the block you need. But at this point in time, at this stage of the game's development, there were not nearly as many blocks, so it was a less robust palette. But also, I think it's like a fun problem-solving challenge. I've probably said all this in a previous video. I really don't remember what I ramble on about, but you get the idea. This is quite a nice area. Also, I think that at some point in the near future, I'd like to try and make a skin for myself. I've currently just got the default Steve, but I figure it might be nice to, change up and personalize the hand that I see all the time, everywhere. so I might go through the trouble of doing that, but... Ooh. Is that snow I spy? Doesn't look like a lot of it. Oh, there's snowy trees. Whoa. Oh my. Now this... this would be the ideal spot to put a Herobrine scare. That was actually a really cool cave right there. Ooh. Ooh. This looks quite promising. Knock on wood, of course. Don't want to jinx myself. Now this, I think... that's rather convenient, but I think I may have found exactly what I need. Oh my goodness, there's so much. I know. Oh, this is beautiful. I apologize for the tapping. This is excellent. I'm actually going to have to pause the recording and go do something very quick, but I shall return shortly. Not that it'll be very long for you, it'll only be a split second. And the instant is over. And I am instantly disoriented. I think that's the way back, probably. But no, this is very nice. This is very nice. I like this a lot. I am greatly looking forward to working on this. It just keeps going. Oh my goodness gracious. Oh my. It really does just keep going. There we are. I've finally reached the end of it. This is perfect. This is absolutely excellent. And a nice floating grass block. Always enjoyable. And that's what I brought the bed for. There we are. Won't have any issues with monsters. This is great, though. I could not be happier about finding this. There's so much of it. The surrounding biomes don't look too bad either. I know, with newer generation, there's temperature maps, so it prevents stuff like tundras being next to a desert, but I don't believe there is any such thing in this version. So it's very convenient that it does not have a desert next to it. I'm not a big fan of the desert. Snow is, you know, serene, beautiful desolation. Sand is just kind of pretty middling, not terribly interesting desolation. My oh my. Ooh. Almost just took a tumble there. It actually seems like I chose the worst hill to go up. There's no good way down. There we are. Yeah, I suppose I've seen what I need to. This is definitely gonna be the spot. And now I suppose it's time for me to head back. Since I know the general direction of the of this snow biome, I think I'll be alright. It is, with its size comes it being kind of hard to miss, um, which is helpful. And some very interesting cave generation, too. Wow. I don't know about interesting, but, you know, it's caves. Caves are cool. Yeah, this looks like the right spot. I head to that water there and I make my way back. I do need to find more wood though. Well, gather more wood. I've already found it. That was a precarious... Oh, that was a precarious spot for that sheep up there. All things considered, it's really not that far. That is still very beautiful to come up on. Oh, it's running away. I wish there were a way to actually collect the boat and not a bunch of items. but as far as I'm aware, there is not. Of course, if there is, I invite you to prove me wrong. Uh, Let me know in the comments if there is a way, but as far as I know, there's not. How convenient. Perfect timing. Alright. Now that that is taken care of and I've figured out where a nice tundra is, I suppose it's about time I figure out a design. Although, I don't know. I don't have terribly much in the way of cobblestone, and I don't know if I want to keep just digging in my cave. It would, be productive to get cobblestone from actual caving, but it could go either way. I think for now I will grab some cobblestone from the cave, but in the near future here, I think it would be nice to go ahead and find a proper place for my mine so I can go caving properly. I know that, I know I said this in a previous episode too, but in case, I think it was in one of the first two, which wasn't great, so in case you haven't watched that, I don't really want to strip mine per se. I want to make more of like a mine shaft and just explore the caves that I come across as they show up. I think strip mining would be a little almost boring. Oh, look, it's stone. I mean, all caves are kind of boring. Oh, it's stone, but at the very least, when you're exploring them, you get to find stuff. It's not just digging continuously until you happen upon some things. It's you're going around and exploring and finding them. Oh, didn't even notice my pickaxe was about to break. Do not want to make a wooden pickaxe either. I don't think I'll need much more than 2 stacks in order to prototype a design, but... and more iron. Seems I could actually use that coal right now, though. I'm going to make myself some torches. Oh, wow. I did not need coal. That's very nice. Yes, blindness comes in many forms. Excellent. Get just a little more and call it good. And that ought to do. Surely enough. I guess I can get rid of this little wooden arrow. It's not very accurate anymore. It's certainly not the direction I want to go. Well, let's find ourselves a little open area and can try out some designs. That sand will do nicely. I know that arches and large pillars were very prevalent in the design of aquifers. So let's assume, we've got it this tall. Yeah, that looks nice. That looks decent. That's a decent height. It's going to be 3 wide. And I have the rails going in the middle. Make some stairs. That will do it. Stairs do not go upside down. Forgot about that. Figure we'll have the arch like that, but then we'll have another layer. And then, although, I don't know. Could do the larger arches on the bottom. Probably raise that a block. And then have our... Ow. of our upper sections just be vertical? That might look okay. I actually feel like if we did that with only the block in the middle, it would look a little better. Already night. I'm not sure. It doesn't look terrible, but it's most certainly not what I envisioned. Maybe repeated it will look nicer. No, not quite. This feels too thin and flimsy on the bottom. Hmm. Well, I'm not certain. Kind of a tricky one, actually. So I only want it to be 3 blocks wide. Any wider and it gets to be too much. But I'm not certain. I think I'm gonna try some other stuff. I'm not gonna make you watch all that. We're 40 minutes already, and I don't think I need this to go past 45. But I'll try some stuff and get back to you with what I eventually come up with. So I will see you in just a second. Alright, I return. Like 2 pickaxes later and a good bit of time. I've come up with a design that I think will tile well over large distances. Um, Looks a little better from further away because you can actually see through the upper bits, but I think that's good. The the issue with the 3 wide arches is they didn't really look arched, you know. So I tried to make them wider, and I think that worked out. There's a little tiny gaps. I'm figuring I'll put like torches. I could put torches on the side. I don't know. I'll figure it out when I actually get to it. But most importantly, I'll put a redstone torch like right there in order to power the rails on top. But again, I'll get to that when I do it. But I think this is going to be a good design. I just need to work out the path I want to take over to the snowy area, and more importantly, I need to make a place for it to start at. I'm not entirely sure how I want to do that. I might do something like in one of these hills or mountains or something. But you know, however it shakes out. But yeah, let's see. Yeah, I mean, I could probably put it in that mountain and have it do something or other, but just kind of come along through there and then make its way out that way. It'll definitely take some time to actually plan out the route, but no, I think that'll end up being pretty good. So, I think that's all for today. I'll try and upload more often during this holiday season, I suppose. But whether or not I'm actually uploading every Friday, I think I like the idea of videos only being around 45 minutes at most. It's just a little easier to a little more bite-sized than an hour and a half. So I might do like one episode Wednesday and an episode Thursday, or not Thursday, Friday. I don't know. The upload schedule's still, you know, tentative. It's essentially when I record something, I'll upload it the next chance that I get. But yeah, I mean, I'll hopefully see you all again. First time viewers, thanks for watching. And I wish you all the best in your day to day.